Hello and welcome to this, my channel, where today I'm looking at only the finest, latest, cutting edge of computing technology. Let me go grab a toothpick to make it work. So this right here is an Adafix or an Adiator clone, and you would classify this as a slide adder, I suppose. The way it works is it has sliders. Making this thing work is pretty simple. It only does addition, but you can trick it into doing multiplication, subtraction, and division. To make it work, you just put in whatever number that you want to add to some other number. We'll say 12. And you just put that in by putting your toothpick into the 1 hole and into the 2 hole and sliding it all the way to the bottom until it stops. And as you can see, that put a 12 into that bottom register, if you will. And so if I need to add another number to that, we'll say 72, I just put in a 72 and it gives me an 84. You may be wondering, well, what if I put in 99 plus 1? When you slide this down, that's going to put a plus in that little window. When you see that plus, you slide it all the way back up to the top and then down into the next row. And we got another plus here. What you do here is you actually go all the way to the bottom and pull up from 0, and that gives you the proper carry. Resetting it is just tilting it forward because these are very loose in here, so you have to hold it really level. Now we can move on to multiplication. So to do multiplication, I'm going to use 12 as an example again. You'll notice that in this farthest right column you have a 2, and in the next column over you have a 1. And so we're going to use that to say, okay, whatever my next number is, we'll say 100, I'm going to put a 100 in the farthest right position and put it in twice because we have a 2 here. And once I've finished putting 100 in twice in the farthest right position it will fit in, I'm going to move it over 1 position and put 100 in again. And since there's a 1 in this next position, you only put it in once. So here's what that looks like. 100, 100, 100. And the answer is 1,200. That was kind of a weird example, so I'm going to do 34 times 56. So 34 has a 4 in the farthest right column. So we'll put in 56 4 times. So now we have 56 in that farthest right position. Since it was 34, the next position over is 3. So we'll put in 56 3 more times. Let me go grab an actual calculator to check my answer. So that says it's 1904, and this says 1904. So you can see that this method does indeed work. And it's pretty much the same with a 3-digit number or 4-digit number. It pretty much always works unless you make a mistake. So with a normal Adafix or Adiator or whatever other clone calculator you would have, they would pretty much always allow you to like flip it over I guess, and there would be another set of the same numbers. It would be the same sliders, but it would be arranged a little bit differently. So that you could do subtraction. Obviously this one is not equipped for that, so I cannot show you that on this calculator. And I also can't show you division on this, not because the subtraction side isn't here. You actually don't need to do subtraction for division, which is kind of weird. The reason is, I don't actually know how. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll put a link to another video on this calculator if you want to see a little bit more in depth, and he has links to where he goes even more in depth. So this should be a good starting point if you want to learn about this calculator.